Hi anyone who's watching, this is the Kingdom of England turn 1, and this is how I would start my medieval campaign. So the first thing I do is actually just have a look to see what I've got.
Your orders, sire.
Take into account
Yes, Majesty.
what needs
Sire.
doing with everyone.
My lord.
Right, so first things first, I'm gonna go through my 3 towns. I'm gonna build dirt roads, which is always the priority, I think, in these situations when you start the game. If you don't need to build dirt roads, see London's got dirt roads. Next thing I'm probably going to build here in London is mines. Mines are a good source of money. Also, in London, because it's a town, I'd set the tax rate to low. This increases the population growth. Eventually, the more people you have, the more taxes you get. In the long run, it's better for it. Also, it keeps the people happy, and you've got less chance of having a revolt on your hands. I'm going to build dirt roads again in Cannes, and there you go. So, that's the towns dealt with. Next thing I want to do is sort out my military units.
My lord.
So, we've got this army here, and it's basically, it looks like it's ready to move on York, take York. So, the advisable thing to do is take out a couple more of these units out of Nottingham, because nothing's really threatening Nottingham at the moment.
My lord.
Which you can hold control if you want to select units more than one, like that.
Orders.
And move them
As you wish.
to reinforce.
Joining forces, my lord.
Then I'm gonna right click on
Yes,
York
sir.
and move him up.
Where to, sire?
Now I've got my spy here, I notice, next. I'm going to move him slightly further
With discretion,
forward so that we'll
sir.
reveal a bit more of the map that we don't know about. Which lets us see this Scottish army also looks like it's ready to come down and take York. So it's important that I get there first, probably. I have this princess
Daughter
here.
of the Crown.
Princesses make good diplomats, so you can send her to go and talk to the Scottish up here.
Post haste, sire. A lady needs her rest, sire.
Also, you can use them to marry off into alliances, but for now, seeing as that there's only Scotland on the island with us, I might as well move her to go and talk to the Scottish for me. In Nottingham itself, training a unit of male knights probably will be a good idea. Supplement this army up here with a bit of cavalry, that's always good. Down here we've got these units of peasants for some reason, just in London. See how these are more blue, and this is not. This is because these units are free upkeeps in town. It says on the screen here, if I hover over the spear militia, in the tooltips it says free upkeep while garrisoned. Meanwhile with the peasants it doesn't. That peasant's giving us 90 upkeep, which for a useless unit, in my opinion. You don't need it in the town to protect it, because we don't have any enemies at the moment. So you might as well click this button here, which is disband. That will save us 90 gold's worth of upkeep when we end our turn. We've got these navies
Fleet ready.
here.
Ships ready.
I would combine them together, and for now
Combining naval
we might as well
forces.
leave them and wait. Got Bruges here, which we might want to take at some point. What else? Right. Now we come down
My
into
lord.
France here. We've
Yes,
got
my
our diplomat
lord.
here, who we can send straight away.
Speaking-
to go
What
and
is it
talk
you would talk to us about,
to the
Signor?
French. Getting trade rights is always a good idea. You want to get trade rights with everyone, really. Except, of course, your enemies. This just enables the open trade between the provinces next to you, which, of course, makes you more money.
A very reasonable proposal. Very well, we accept.
Sometimes
Something
you can
else?
offer more, like an
Continue,
alliance,
mon
and
ami.
it says generous down here, so the French obviously actually want to come into an alliance with me, so I might as well. There we we go.
Fair enough. We accept your proposal. A most worthwhile meeting, mon ami.
Orders.
Got Captain Robin here.
My
He's
lord.
got several units of spearmen, some peasant archers, and some peasants. What I could do is move Robert out, maybe with another
Sire.
unit here.
Your will, sire.
Reinforce that
Sire,
army, make
we're
it a bit
combining
stronger.
forces.
And what I'm going to do is build a watchtower, because they enact a bit like spies, that they can reveal them.
Yes, sire.
But they're
Erecting a
permanent,
watchtower.
and you can only build them in your own territory. So, like that. Now I can see Ren a bit better. Rene, or I don't know how to say it. I don't speak French particularly. We know from looking at this that they have 5 units in here, and it's a wooden palisade defense. So I'm going to move my army.
To war, then, sire. Continuing tomorrow, sire.
Also, I'm going to train some levy spearmen and some mailed knights here to reinforce that army once they're trained. We've got our cardinal
God's
here. At the
servant.
moment, he's useful really for excommunicating heretics and stuff like that.
Godspeed.
So,
Continuing once I have rested.
not excommunicating, sorry, or like accusing people of heresy and stuff like that. He kills heretics basically, but there isn't any at the moment. And if you hover over the regions, it tells you they're potentially Catholic. That's like how Catholic they are. So, but mainly they're all Catholic, or 90% is fine. So, not going to get much better. So, at the moment, he can't really do that much. And
My lord,
that pretty much is turn 1 as the King of England. Oh, merchant
Yes,
here.
my liege.
You can use your merchants, if you want to go and find valuable trade resources, to think. Generally, trade resources that you don't own are more valuable than trade resources that you do. So you want to look for some that maybe... It's a good idea to go down to Italy, because I'm guessing they'll
As
have
you command.
something like wine or something maybe that we don't have
Tomorrow's journey
in
awaits,
this
sire.
region here.
Orders.
But personally, merchants can be useful if you level them up a bit, but they're definitely, it's your choice whether you want to micromanage them or not. And I think that is turn 1 done. Unless I can train a spy here. I'm sure I can. Can't train a spy anywhere. Spy is very useful. You can see where parts of the map are. Reveal like the fog of war really. In places where you couldn't build a watchtower. So, end the turn. We've got a mission here to take York, which we have the troops on the way to do anyway. You can click this button here, and it will show you where York is. Got your recruitment report again. Again, if you click the magnifying glass, it will show you where these troops have been trained. So our 40 mailed knights in Nottingham, and we've got the levy spearmen and the mailed knights in camp. So I'm going to take these knights,
Sire.
and if you can see that their movement range actually extends to York, which means that you can reinforce Prince Rufus.
By your command. Combining
Stopping
forces.
him.
To battle it is then, sire. Prepare to assault the
I'll come back to
walls.
York in a
We
second.
lay siege. The siege goes as planned, sire.
So, Nottingham, this is the construction report, this shows you building the build. Nottingham now has dirt roads, so now that's free. You can build something else. If you want to further the economy at Nottingham, it's advisable to build a port. If you wanted to further the ability to build different kinds of military units, for example spearmen, then you could build a garrison quarters, bowyer for archers, stables for different horse units. And then of course, land clearance is the first step to farming, which would let you grow the populace even further, which at the moment it is growing at 0%, so that might be advisable if you ever want Nottingham to turn into, say, a fortress instead of a castle. So I'm going to build land clearance. I tend to go through each report, click on these, see what's happened, and queue up a new building each time. So again, I'm going to build land clearance here in Cannes. Right.
Your will, sire.
If we wanted, we could hire some mercenaries to help us in the battle, but mercenaries are very expensive, so I tend not to. We've got mailed knights here,
My
which
lord.
I'm going to move up.
Yes. Joining force. Orders.
And I'm going to...
To war, then, sire. Yes, sire. Besieging the enemy.
I think, maybe. This settlement has a wall, unlike York, which means that you can't just assault it directly. You need to build siege equipment. So I'm going to build a battering ram, and that will take 1 turn to build, so that will be done next turn, and then I click maintain siege.
Siege force reporting, my lord.
Sire,
Send my diplomat up over here. See
if
I can
only
find
I
someone else to
could,
speak to.
sire. Impossible, my liege. If only I
My
could,
princess
sire.
is gonna
Daughter of the
go and talk to
Crown.
this Scottish top diplomat here.
You have a proposition for Scotland there.
I could
It seems
try
we'll have little
to marry
choice
my
but to
princess
accept your raw deal.
I could choose to marry her to the Scottish factionaire. That would cement an alliance between them. But seeing as at the moment Scotland may be one of my routes for expansion, I'm not going to do that yet.
Aye, farewell.
Sire,
My spy at the moment is quite happily where he needs to be, just keeping an eye out to make sure that this army up here doesn't do anything unexpected. It might be
Yes,
advisable
Your
to move
Highness.
William out into
Yes.
the countryside a bit and build some watchtowers, so that you can see the...
Nothing
more
shall
of
escape your
your own
notice in
territory.
these lands, my lord.
If you can see the enemy coming, you can prepare for them. If you don't see them coming, then you can't prepare for them. So it's always advisable to build watchtowers.
Move!
And then I'm going to move him back into London.
We go no
because
further
then he
today.
goes on giving bonuses as the governor of the settlement. Last thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to assault
Sire.
York, but I'm going to do that in the next video. So, thanks for watching, and bye.